Yo, thanks so much, Vani. My name's RJ. I'm gonna be running Hylics 2 any percent for you today. With me on the couch, I have my Wayne man. Will you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ayymart. I don't actually run this game, but I'm a good friend of RJ's, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so he's kind of like my wingman, my Wayne man. You might get the Wayne man reference in just a few minutes. So let's not try to drag this out a little bit more. Why don't we get this started? I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, go. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So right away, we're starting off skipping the first cutscene of the game. Get used to it. We'll be skipping a lot of cutscenes. Kind of unfortunately, maybe not unfortunately, I don't know. But as is customary with any time I run this game in a marathon, we always pet the dog. This one means a little bit more to me personally. I found out recently that my own dog was diagnosed with cancer. So this one's a little special, just for good luck. And if you have a dog or a pet of any kind, make sure you give them a hug for me. And if you're at the event, you want to show me pictures of your pets, I would absolutely love that. So anyway, let's go back to the run. This is our main character, Wayne. He is our hero, I guess. He's a little moon guy. Basically, for the first couple of minutes of the game, we're just gonna be running back and forth, recruiting people and getting set up to move forward in the game. So, Vani, if you have anything left over from that amazing awful block, why don't we try to clean that up a little bit?
Well, I've got something here that I think is pretty appropriate to what you're doing. It's a $10 donation, and it's from an RJsmangit fan. And it says, I'm a big fan of RJsmangit.
Wow, thank you so much.
Especially his cosplays of Wayne from Hylics 2 and Jess from Suikoden.
Oh, no.
I'm a fan of the Dolphin one, personally.
So we recruited our first character here. This is Pangorma. After recruiting him, he also gives us the ability to start air dashing. So for the first minute or so, we've just been running. Now we have this neat little air dash that we'll be doing. Why we could do that when we recruit him, I don't know. He gives us an item that lets us do it. So we're on our way to the first major area of the game. It's called View Axe's Edifice. There's a boss here and everything, and another character to recruit. But, well, yeah, immediately upon entering this area, we're gonna actually go the wrong way. We're looking for a ledge to fall off, because I'm tired of this game. Just kidding. It actually helps us respawn into a different spot, closer to where we actually need to be. We're gonna talk to our new friend here. This is the Duzmon. He gives us the paddle to this boat. I'm on fire. Don't worry about that. A little bit, we're fine. So here we go. Oh, he's actually in the spot. I couldn't see him. He was in such a good spot. This is great. We're actually gonna do a little skip here. There is a whole area to run through and explore, but if you do it right, you jump right into this jail cell and save the main guy of the area. Perfect. And we are out of here. You'll see me using this item called the mini crystal quite a bit throughout the run. It has 2 functions. It will either bring us back to the initial spawn here, or it will take us back to whatever the current spawn location in the area we are in is set to. And we can manipulate that current area or location, which we will be doing quite a bit. Oh, wait. I want to run this way. All right, so now we're just headed back to town. We're gonna go talk to the guy we saved so we can progress the story, because that's kind of how this goes. We just go do things because sure, and we get other things from the things because, you know, why not? So we're in this area. We picked up juice from our basement because, you know, we're thirsty. It's early in the morning. I had dry throat or whatnot. But actually, it's for this guy in the mines down here. We're going to give it to him real quick. Just kidding. I clicked no by accident. But we are going to give him that juice. And he's going to give us the key to his house because he's a nice guy. Wait. Yes. Sorry. Confusing myself. There we go. I'll be zooming in and out occasionally. Sometimes I press it inadvertently. But here we go. This is how we learn skills in this game. We find random TVs and we watch what's on it, and we practice the motions. All of the skills in this game are referred to as gestural combat, and you'll see why eventually. I promise we fight things in this game. It is a turn-based RPG, but in this next section, I'm about to head in. I need to set up a cutscene skip, so we're gonna hit a save real quick. We're gonna reopen that save. Now we need the mouse. We're actually gonna click the menu behind us, click the load menu. We're gonna load that save we just made, open the menu, open some options. We're gonna start stacking more menus here, don't worry. And now that we have that, we're gonna talk to him. So now we got the dialogue to this guy. We have the save menu up. We're gonna go through his dialogue here and at a very specific spot right here. We're making a save and we're gonna finish the dialogue. Pull up the menu because we stacked that menu and load that save. And we're gonna skip this cutscene actually.
Nice skip.
Oh. Hey. And, you know, so we do need to talk to this guy. He does have a reward for us for freeing him from jail. He gives us 100 bones. Bones are the money in this game. And we're about to do another little early access to an area. Hopefully we could get this jump. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. So let's see if we get this. No, we're not gonna get it. That's okay. We're gonna do another tech in this game called mini crystal jumping. So when you save and reload, that manipulates your spawn point a little bit. And if you land on the ground before using the mini crystal, as long as you're standing on flat ground, when you use the mini crystal and go back to that spot in the air, you'll actually be able to jump a little bit, giving us a little extra height. Then that'll help us skip a few things. So we jumped early into this vault that you can't really access until after basically the second to last boss in the run. We're getting some powerful items and money that I need for more equipment. So that was pretty good. I'm worried about this jump. Yeah, I thought that might happen. That's all right. Can kind of fix that. All right, we just wanted to get back to this ladder because we're gonna exit through the top of this house instead. One thing the man we freed, his name is Blellroll. Didn't hold the gun. That's all right. We'll have to make this work. That's all right. We're gonna fall through here. We wanted to land on that building, but I didn't hold the glide button for whatever reason. We get to hear more New Moldau music. It kind of goes into super fever dream mode. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get out of here pretty quick. We wanted to go into this area. This is like a glove shop. Gloves are basically the attack equipment of the game. And we're gonna grab this item, the dubious berry, that we're gonna use much later. We'll talk about it when it comes up. But just remember, the dubious berry. Oop. Almost done. Thing. And then we're gonna mini crystal back to our spawn, which might actually be in the water. I'm not sure where it's gonna be. Okay, so it's still up here. Good. Nice. All right, so that guy Blellroll, who I was talking about, he gave us a key to an airship, and we're running to that airship, and we're gonna be flying it to the next area. So while we're doing that would be a fantastic time for some donations or any information we might have.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we've got a $10 donation here. It's from Brutely. And it says, RJsmangit, I implore you to effectuate adequate gestural combat to defy Hylium Xylem. May your gland endure 1,000 years and recall, on days like these, you wish you had an organ for it.
Brutely is one of the other runners of this game. He actually is the one who came up with or found all of these cutscene skips that we'll be doing, so big shout outs to him.
Nice. We also have a $10 donation from Angry Tuttle that says, so stoked to see such a cool game run by a wonderful runner. Good luck, RJ.
Thank you so much, Tuttle. Tuttle's a good friend.
We have a $25 donation from Lori D. Bunnykins, who says, best of luck on the run, Smangit. Running this game for the past year has been loads of fun, so of course I'd ruin my sleep schedule to see it on the big stage. Don't die to the worm, please.
I'll try my best. Thanks so much. Lori, also a runner of this game. She ran it for a Frame Fatales event, I think earlier in 2024. You know, basically since 2020, I feel like every year has been exactly the same year. So I kind of forget when she did it, but she also is a fantastic runner of this game. She started, her run was right around when we first discovered these cutscene skips, and she had to do them kind of like almost on the fly. Basically learned them, I think, almost a week before the run happened. So big shout outs to Lori, great runner. So this is our first battle. We almost talked all the way right through, which is no big deal. It actually went really smoothly. We're just, all of the skills that we've found so far, they have one purpose and one purpose only, is to apply dots to the enemies. The way the damage works in this game is it's all kind of like a flat number. We'll know exactly what number it's gonna be every single time. There's no variable damage numbers like into your typical RPGs. Grab an item, and we're gonna do a quick menu here. Yes, start here. Okay, great. So we went, and you might notice we have a fourth character now as well. Getting through that fight gives us access to our fourth and final character, Samsnosa. And she also gives us access to this area up here, which is a fun little maze that we're gonna run to. We have to destroy a shield generator that's in here. But the fun mechanic about this area is that it's a maze that you can't really see until you're running through it. It kind of just generates as you're running through it. But it is the same every time, fortunately, so if you know where you're going, it's not so bad. We just want to make sure we get through it as quickly as possible. We're trying to beat a cycle with an enemy at the very end. So far, so good. This game has like an 8-directional movement with the joystick, so running on curves and things like this, sometimes you'll bonk or slide on walls and slow down a little bit. But so far, we're actually getting through this pretty well. Almost there. We're well ahead of the enemy. This was pretty good.
Nice.
All right, so that was the shield generator facility. We're about to get to our next boss, but before that, we need to set up another cutscene skip for after it. It's a little less complicated this time. All right, and Ayymart, I had a request from Brutely for you to try and pronounce this boss's name, so I'm gonna let you try.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
Fonthentrelping.
You wanna know what? That's like, that makes sense of the way to pronounce it. I always call it the Fonthentrelpine.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the actual name because I've never heard anyone say it, but I think you did pretty good.
All right. Hey, 5 out of 7, still a passing grade.
That's true. So anyway, so here we go. First boss, just your average worm doing some stuff. What we're doing here, like we said, we're gonna set up our DOT skills. And on this next turn, we're actually gonna get put to sleep. This boss is a little suspect, but I think we'll be okay. We use Pangorma's main skill, or his natural skill, which is lightning. It actually stuns him for a turn, but since we're about to be put to sleep, it's okay. It does a whole bunch of extra damage at the cost of him not being able to go again. So we're asleep. The only thing we're looking for is when the worm starts attacking us again, that he will wake up 2 different people. This is actually perfect. This is the most ideal thing that could have happened. He woke everybody up. Oh no, he put us back to sleep. Uh-oh. This is bad.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, this is real bad. I don't know if we're gonna win. No, we're gonna have to try the fight again.
RJ, they
God.
deliberately told you not to die to the worm.
I know. Wow, that's like well, that's not the first time it's ever happened. I'm not gonna say that, but man, that was not great. All right, let's see where we are.
Can I read some donations?
Yes,
to soothe
please.
the pain? Very good. We have a $25 donation from Ace. It says, I absolutely adore this game and its fan community. Shout out to all the lovely people over in the Hylics Xylem Discord server. And we have a $10 donation from Scenthound's Revenge that says, never understood why Hylics is in the awful block. Just took the advice and hugged my dogs. 3 of them, 14, 13, and 6. All the best to you and your dog and to everyone watching and every pet, even cats. Now, RJ, we were having this conversation earlier that this game is kind of like awful block light. It's kind of like a denouement from the actual legit awful block. So would you know, I think the people watching kind of agree with you there?
Yeah, so you know it has a really interesting art style. So all of the enemies, all of like the landscapes you see are made of clay. And pixel art. So it kind of looks like a goofy game, but I promise you that behind all of this, there is an actual really good RPG to play with a fairly coherent story. So why don't we give this boss another try here? So yeah, I've been advertising it as Awful Block Light almost. All right, let's see if we can get through this again. In all of my practices, the worm never actually put us back to sleep, so let's see if we can not have that happen to us twice in a row. Just trying to keep track of what I'm doing here. All right, lightning again. Of course, of all the times for that to happen this time, we knew it could happen, so it's not a that's never happened before moment, but it's definitely a feels bad moment. So let's see how it works. And I had to jinx myself by saying that first attack was perfect, because it usually is. Usually they'll do that 100 kicks attack, wake everybody up, and then just, kill another person, which is neither here nor there. Having 2 people awake is good. Having 3 people awake is great. All right, please do not put me back to sleep again. Don't do it, man. Oh my God, are you serious? Oh my goodness. Of course, of all the times. Not once did this happen to me in practice leading up to the event or to the event itself. Well, here's the death animation. His face melts off. We'll have to try again, unfortunately. So, Vonnie, more time.
RJ, yes, thank you very much. I got a $50 donation from NPC that says, NPC here giving money that I spent playing Kevin Costner's Waterworld. Thank you very much for that. Also want to let you folks know that we have a new bid war that just recently opened up. It's for Windblown, and it's the character choice. Here are your choices. You have Axolotl, Basilisk, Bat, Pangolin, Project 2501, and Toad. So if you would like to, and currently, none of those have anything. It's a clean slate. So if you want to have something jump out front right from the get-go, you can apply your donation to that. Don't forget, the way that you do that is you scroll all the way down at the bottom of the page, apply it to your desired incentive, and that's how that works.
All right, here we go. Take 3, please. Getting absolutely trolled by this. And this is what I get, because it must be hubris, because I spent the entire time leading up to this telling Prudently that this was probably not going to happen, so I'm being punished. Let's see. At this point, I honestly don't want to see the 100 kicks. I'd rather the boss just wake 2 people up with 2 normal hits. So it always does this turn 1, which allows the boss to be a little bit faster and take 2 turns every turn, which is bad for us, but generally it's not the end of the world, but it has been so far. All right, so here we go, getting put to sleep again. Please just be normal. Be normal.
You're asking Hylics to be...
All right, so don't hit the same person now? All right, this is perfect. This is perfect, actually. We're free. We'll be free here. We're gonna put up our Soul Crisper again for dots, and then we're just gonna keep snapping until the fight is over, but we should be through this, fortunately. And it's dead.
There we go.
Sheesh.
First try every time.
Worm gonna worm sometimes. All right, and apologies for the mouse. I'll try to keep it off screen for the most part. So we need to do this. I can't actually see the menu I'm doing here. So, but this should take us back to Wayne's house if I did it right. And we're good, nice. Get clean in the tub. I didn't actually get to explain clean status before we even needed it. It acts as a heal in the game, and it also gives all of the characters clean status, which makes them immune to all status effects except for stun for 1 turn, which is actually relevant a little bit in most of the fights we do. And then now we're going to be driving in the ship again for a little bit / running to the next area. So, Vonnie, if you got anything for us, I know we had to redo a couple of areas, but...
Yeah, I sure do. We've got a $10 donation from Duchess Nicole that says, look like we went from the awful block to the artful block.
That's right.
Yes. We have a $10 donation from Meeshers that says, lots of love to RJsmangit from Meeshers and Bear. And we also have a $25 donation from Lowly that says, donating $25 because these Ditto plushies are adorable, less than 3. And that's a fantastic opportunity to talk about a lot of the prizes that we have here that if you want to get eligible for them, you need to donate before the end of the next run, which is Flushed Away. We've got that that Q-Bert amigurumi. We've got the Dorokawanko amigurumi. We've got the Deltarune Birdly 3D painted model bundle, the Deltarune Annoying Dog Car 3D painted model, the Ditto plush set, as mentioned, and the Psyduck plush. Oh, as well as the Legend of Localization book for The Legend of Zelda. All of those are going to be closing off the end of next run. So if any of those sound appealing to you, get your donations in so you get eligible for those too.
Perfect. Thank you, Meeshers and Bear. That is my girlfriend and my dog. So it was really nice to hear from them. All right. Oh, not the autosave game. Don't do this to me. That's all right. We loaded the wrong save. It's not a big deal. We're going to do a little bit of a skip of this area here with the mini crystal jump once again. We just need to land on this bridge. Use our mini crystal since we saved and loaded. Our spawn is now in the air, and we can get a little jump and make it across this bridge without having to do all the backtracking in the area to actually lower the bridge the way you're intended to do it. And we're making a little side detour here to get an item for safety, because I am now perpetually afraid of this entire run for the rest of the time we'll be doing it, but hopefully we'll make it through this.
You got this.
The only thing you need to know about the menus that I'm doing is that we're just jostling around the equipment we have to make sure that everybody can do the most damage that they can do, while also, oh my goodness, also being faster than the boss if possible. So here we go, we have to hit one button, and we're gonna do another quick menu. There's one more thing to make Pangorma do more damage. We're gonna use these items called muscle appliques, which just increase your power by 1. But we have 3 of them, so we increase his power by 3. And we're actually gonna mini crystal back to the jump across the empty gap. Here we go, perfect. And we're gonna go right into our next boss. All right, I'm gonna pop a safety save now. Okay, so this is Odazir and Karsuro. There is a little bit of a gimmick to this fight. It's the first boss fight we fight with 2 people in it. Technically, when we were recruiting Slime Snow, so that wasn't really a boss fight. But you'll notice if we hit Karsuro, he's actually wrapped. So in order to do any damage to him, we'll have to unwrap him every single time. And the second part of the gimmick, so every turn Karsuro will get an attack here, which is fine, I guess, as long as he doesn't bully us like the worm does, because he can. But Odazir's turn is going to be to rewrap Karsuro, so we basically get a turn without one of them attacking us until Karsuro is gone. We'll keep working on both of them here. Unwrap Karsuro again. We didn't talk about Wayne's inherent skill. It's called Disillusion. It's also a damage over time skill that also applies a 20% damage reduction. But really, that damage reduction, oh, of course. So I'm actually gonna heal here. I'm gonna take a turn and heal. But anyway, we're gonna be trying to just navigate this fight, make sure we get through it without losing people. So I thought I picked up the cookies, I didn't. But we still have a banana to heal, so just fun more animations to see. So the unfun thing about this, that bowl of soup looking thing, if he hits Pangorma again, he's just dead. There's nothing we can do about it. All right, spare us, thank you.
Good.
All right, we're gonna be trying to finish both of them off relatively around the same time. I'm gonna have Soul Crisper go back up. We'll probably have a little bit of a leftover because we're behind on damage on Odazir on the left here, but we should be able to make this up on Karsuro. Don't need that. That's fine. That is fine. Everything's great. Right, Ayymart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring's great.
So he still has 9 health. He could kill somebody here. It's not the end of the world if he does. We're just going to be snapping Odazir for the rest of this fight. He's gonna do some move. Hopefully it's not kisses. That's fine. Yes, he has a move called kisses. Let's not get into it, okay, guys? Let's be normal about this. But luckily he didn't do the kisses. It's a really slow move. But just like that, they're gone. Thank gosh, they kind of went relatively normal. And And then I need to set up another cutscene skip here, which I need to use the mouse for. So sorry when I forget that it's in the middle of the screen. Oh, hold on. That's not how we want to do it.
Can I pop in here with the donation while you're doing that?
Absolutely.
Awesome. We got a $10 donation from Katie that says, "This is one of my wife's favorite games. I am thrilled I woke up in time to catch it. Good luck on the run. Money goes to runner's choice," which my understanding is the next unmet incentive, which is going to be for the Star Wars Dark Forces remaster, upgrading it to all secrets. We're now up to $4,461 out of the $15,000 that we need there. So making great progress, but still a long ways to go. So keep getting those donations in. Make sure we get that incentive met.
All right, so this fight is technically unwinnable. I had a whole kind of bit about it trying to be winnable, but we are not in that world of time anymore. So we're just skipping it the way we're supposed to do it. I have some extra stacked menuing. There you go. So unfortunately, we had to just do it the quick way. There's a long animation of him throwing the stick of dynamite at us. It's very extra and fun to watch. But unfortunately, we're trying to make up as much ground as we possibly can right now. Here we go, back in the ship and flying up to technically our last area of the game. It is a little lengthy, and the boss fight is also a little lengthy, but I promise we'll be through it as quickly as we can. I always love the airship music. It's so relaxing. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. My actual favorite song in the game we don't get to hear because it's in like a side area. Oh wait, we need to do a quick menu here. Put this back, and then you get that. Perfect. Because what we're gonna do here, we're actually going to take a fight intentionally for two reasons. Hey, come back here. Get back here, sir. We get to see some fun guys, but we're also doing this for safety for later. Oh, two things gotta move because they're
Wow.
Because they killed the fastest party member. That's okay. So we're gonna die here. I wanted to show, I'm pretty sure we saw this, or maybe not fully, but every time you die, you get to see your face melt off. Just for good times. And then it puts you into the afterlife. The afterlife is a huge mechanic of both Hylics 1 and 2. This is really, there is no leveling of any kind in this game, even though that is an RPG. The only way to increase your health in this game is to come to the afterlife and use the meat of your enemies in the meat grinder. I promise this is real, and it'll increase your health. So we generally in the run won't normally do this, but I'm doing this to make the last boss a little safer, because I don't really want to leave it up to chance anymore. And we get to see the death animation in the afterlife. The afterlife actually has some of my favorite music in the game as well. I think it like fits the vibe of what you would imagine an afterlife being really well. All right, we're gonna do a big skip for this area. If you just kind of air dash into this corner and let it go, Wayne will just land on nothing for some reason. And you can hop up here a lot earlier than you're supposed to and flip this switch. This basically gives us access to like 3/4 of the way through the dungeon already. So big skip for the area. Also, a side effect of the last boss being respawned, all of the normal people are now giant bugs. We didn't really have to get to address it, but slapping bugs in this game is the only way to heal these little guys. The big ones act as a full heal for us now, which is kind of nice. So every time we see them, we can get a full heal. And when you jostle your equipment around, it'll jostle your health stats around as well. We're gonna pop a save and a load here to reset our mini crystal position. We gotta get one final key, and then we can actually go right to the final boss. We just need to dodge one enemy, hopefully. We'll see where that enemy is at. It's kind of random. Once you enter an area, all the enemies in the area start moving. Okay,
Can I jump in with a quick donation before you get there then?
Absolutely.
Awesome. We got a $15 donation from SexRex that says, "Let's go Hylics, baby. Love to Hylics."
Shout outs to SexRex. One of the OG runners when the game first came out was on the scene. Here we go. We're gonna go right into our final boss. And if you talk to the boss while you're air dashing, for some reason they all spin around like this. It's a lot of fun, so I try to get it. They're having such a great time, as am I. All right, so here we go. The dubious berry that we got. We're using it on this boss. What it does is heal 40 HP and 40 magic. flesh and will in this game, if you will. But it also applies poison status for 6 turns. So we want that damage over time on the main boss, Gibby, here. And then we're just going to apply all of our other stacks as well. And this fight will work out in a very particular way for us. Where he'll do the same thing basically every turn. He's going to, at the end of the first turn in the cycle, he'll do this move called Teardown. He'll hit somebody. It doesn't really matter because we went to the afterlife and increased our health. Everybody has enough health to survive that attack, plus what's going to happen next, which we'll talk about when he gets to the end of this turn. And again, we did do menus to jostle our equipment around, but the only thing that really matters for this fight with the equipment we have is that every single character is faster than Gibby. And so another mechanic, if you haven't noticed, Gibby likes to spawn minions every single time he gets hit. But if he has 6 minions, 5 or 6, it's like 4 to 6, it's a little random, he'll do this move called Killer Trees, which is kind of a percentile-based damage attack, and won't ever actually kill somebody that takes a hit. But he'll actually wipe out all of his minions in the process. What a nice guy. So we're about to go through this for basically a few, like 2 phases of this as well. So Vani, if you have anything, just let her rip.
Will do. I want to remind you folks of the bid wars that we have going on right now. I told you about the one for Windblown, where you have the character choice. Right now, Pangolin has taken the early lead with $50, but there's plenty of opportunity to catch up there. And then we also have an outfit choice for the RKGK Rakugaki run. Sailor Moon is still in the lead there with Deku in 2nd place, so if you would like to have that move around or maybe put Sailor Moon even further into the lead, make sure to get your donations in and apply those incentives accordingly.
And I made a big mistake.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to try this again.
Did you forget to apply it?
I forgot to heal.
Oh.
So we should be like right in the boss area. Or very close. A little close. We just have to grab the key again. Man, of all the things, I could surely say this is one of the most frustrating runs I've had so far. Actually, also, this isn't going to do, the mini crystal isn't going to work for us like it normally would, so we just have to fall down here instead. Get a little stuck. The final boss does take a little bit. I know we're probably going way over at this point, but so if we need to call this at any point, just let me know. But I'll keep going as much as I can.
Well, I tell you what, while you're getting set up here for another attempt at the final boss, do want to give you a little rundown of what we've got as we are going into Thursday here for Awesome Games Done Quick 2025. Right now you're watching a run of Hylics 2 being done by RJsmangit. After this is going to be a run of Flushed Away being done by Kuro. Then there's the Bzzzt run, and the incentive that you met there for that is going to be applied. And then after that is the RKGK Rakugaki run. We were talking about the outfit choices there. After that, we've got Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster, and we were looking at the incentive there, which, by the way, we're at $4,486 to upgrade that to an all secrets run. So that run is slated to be starting in probably about, let's say about an hour, close to 2 hours. So we got a decent amount of distance there. So we got to close that gap pretty soon to make sure we get that one met. So that's what I want you to focus on, chat. Get that all secrets upgrade for the Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster run met, please.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. That's what I'm giving us extra time, so please use my follies wisely and let's get some of these donation incentives met. But here we go, we're resetting up again. So what I didn't do and what I should have done is after the Killer Trees turn, I needed to heal everybody, and I didn't do that. So we're gonna do that this time and for the remainder of the fight. And we should be able to navigate this relatively easily. See, we'll get our Killer Trees attack here. One more attack. The nice thing about when there's 6 minions, he can't spawn more than 6, so the 6th hit on him doesn't spawn anything. Should save is faster in theory, but not when the run's going like this. Nothing can save us. That's okay. So what we should have done here, we take a turn with Samstosa just a hit. Our lowest hitting character comes up next. That's Deduzmon, and he's going to use an item that we've gotten inadvertently and we picked up called a Cloud Germ. This Cloud Germ will heal the party to full, and it will also heal 50% of their will, their MP, if you will, but that doesn't actually matter too much. So we're just going to keep snapping here, listening to this absolute banger of a song. So now, if all things are good here, he won't do Killer Trees again. He will actually just do Teardown again. So we're good. Pangorma has exactly enough health to not die. If you notice, we're starting to run out of our DOTs, so on this phase, we're going to re-up all of them, which is honestly just Soul Crisper and Disillusion. Way back when we used to, before we found all of these skips and tricks and all this stuff, we used to have another DOT skill that would make this go a tad bit faster. But we work with the stuff we got. The Dubious Berry was also an interesting find because we were trying to figure out how to make up this damage, and having a 6-turn poison was actually a good way of doing that. So Deduzmon looks like he's at a scary low amount of HP, but if they have 21 HP while Gibby uses Killer Trees and he's disilluted, you'll always go to 1 health. So we got one more phase of this, so 2 more turns, and then we'll be able to kill Gibby. As long as we use this Cloud Germ, we are in the clear. We just have to get through the turns.
Can I do a couple donations here real quick?
Absolutely.
Then? Nice. We got a $10 donation from Sunstrike that says, "Love for Hylics 2. Glad to donate during this one. Less than 3." And then we've got a $25 donation that says, "There is no good. There is no evil. There is only flesh." Hylics 2 looks great.
So an interesting thing about this song itself, it's called Fancy Meat Computer, and if you haven't noticed, his one move called Teardown is kind of like a computer that turns into like a meat computer and does this poke attack on them. But the song is actually really good. Shout outs to Chuck Salomon, the person who did most of the music for this game. All of the songs are absolute bangers, including this. Just sick guitar riffs for 4 minutes. What a way to end the run. All right, so you'll notice Gibby is at 52 health. That's a really good number. We're easily going to be able to hit that and finish him off. And we're going to do just a tiny bit of swag here. We're going to use an item that we got called Pool Wine. Look at that, it looks delicious. It applies Mania status, which we really, what it'll do is give Pangorma just a little bit more attack for his lightning. We're gonna defend with the other 2 so we don't spawn any minions, and hit Gibby with the lightning. And he's dead. So all we have left is a short cutscene and a jog up a bridge, about like 40 seconds. We get to see his palace being destroyed. We never got to see his palace be raised in the first place because we skipped the cutscene. But trust me, this came up from the ground out of nowhere, and now it's going back to where it came. You'll notice we got 999 meat and 999 bones. We can't actually use it because once you go here, you're basically done. You have to go to the end of the game and push the button. Unless you do a new skip that Brutally had just found, where it is now possible to actually skip every boss in the game without ever fighting them. It's kind of extremely new tech that it also didn't seem super fun for the run, but now I'm kind of wishing we did it so we didn't have to fight anything. But anyway, time's coming up in about 10 seconds here when we jump on this button, and time. All right, I'll keep this extremely brief because I know we're way over. Just thanks for, this game was actually pulled off of the backup list, so I'm incredibly honored to have the chance to run this. I'm sorry it did not go as well as I had hoped, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Shout outs to the Hylics Discord. Shout out to my family, my girlfriend and my dog. They donated during the run. Shout outs to Ayymart for sitting here with me. Shout outs to the developers, Mason Lindroth and Chuck Salomon. They're extremely cool people doing incredibly interesting art. You have anything?
No, just thanks for having me. I really enjoyed watching the entire run. It was great.
Thanks for being here, buddy. All right, that does it for me. Thanks so much, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, RJ.